yeah, this is our Spacemakers event, right, where we talk about building worlds here on Banter. Behind me, you can see our website, which is a great place to start if you're new to this, if you've never done it before. I see a lot of familiar faces, so I'll try and get through this routine because I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times, right? But as I always say, the two links in the top right are probably the most important. You've got the Discord, which is where you can go to talk to other people who are interested in building in here too, as well as us, the team. You can ask us any questions you like. We're always online. We have no lives, but the docs is also great. You can jump in there and find documentation for almost everything you can do in Banter. There's a couple of hidden things that we haven't had a chance to actually note down yet that you can also do on top of that. So always poke me or Aline or somebody, and I'm sure there's something mad we can tell you about that other people aren't aware of, right? But yeah, I mean that's it in a nutshell. I guess what I can tell you guys about, right? I've been heads down now for probably about 2 weeks solid straight now working on SDK v2.0, which I'm really excited about. Things are coming together really nicely, and what I'm what I'm doing, I kind of got a base foundational set of features in place, and then the next step really was to try to actually build a game with that, right? So I'm not sure if any of you are aware, or I'm sure some of you are because I've said it to you at some point, but I'm trying to build an actual paintball game, broad strokes, think paintball on Rec Room in terms of what you might typically expect that to be like, right? But I'm trying to go all out. I want it to be a polished flagship game, right? Because we recognize that that's important on the platform, right? I think that we need stuff that people can do. We can explore all of the beautiful spaces on Banter all day long, but I think being able to play games that people can enjoy together and casual games that you can be social at or you can actually get involved in is going to really bring people back onto Banter. And yeah, it also will serve as an example, a sample space that will come with the new SDK for you guys to be able to do whatever you want with. You'll have full access to the source code and assets as best I can. And yeah, you'll be able to sort of take it, remix it, make new maps for it, do whatever you want. Use it as a sample to kind of kickstart other ideas for other kind of gamified spaces, right? So on top of this paintball game that I'm working on, there's also a few other games we're talking about internally. We've kind of got a hat with a few ideas in it, and different people in the team are kind of picking ideas from the hat, and they're maybe going to take at trying to make it. Uh, we're also interested in reaching out to some community members to see if somebody would be interested in getting early access to the new SDK to help build something, right? We actually want to compensate somebody for doing that. It's really just part of the process of trying to iron out as many of the kinks as possible and trying to get out our own heads about it, right? And get some external eyes on it, get some external input, right? So we're talking to one person on that front right now. And yeah, so I mean, the hopes is that when the SDK becomes widely available, that there at least are a couple of end-to-end experiences polished that you can take a gander at. And some of the other things, just to give you a taste, some of the other things we've been talking about internally of building. I mean, one is an RC experience, right? So a bunch of different RC things that you can play with. I think that's a really great use case. We've played with it a little bit on here with the existing SDK, but things are a bit too clunky and yeah, it's not polished, it's not smooth by any means, right? So the hope is to have something that's a lot more comfortable, and even piloting, right? Potentially having, whether it's car physics or it's plane physics or it's helicopter or something, right? Some kind of vehicle or aircraft that you can basically get onto and fly. And that one is a tricky one. That's going to be one that we'll have to do some crazy stuff to pull off, but what it will enable is, for multiple people together to get into some kind of a vehicle and, spin about together. And we're looking forward to everybody cruising about in their little whatevers, or, flying around together if we have a flying space as well, right? So those are just some of the ideas. I'm just wanting to share some of this with you. In fact, what you'll probably see soon is I'll start to share more publicly about things that are coming together with the new SDK. So I'm going to stop waffling on about that. I'm going to gesture to this little podium here. uh, Full disclaimer, we're working on getting a sign, but it's a bouncy podium like this one, so be careful. It's also slippy, so feel free to jump up on the podium, and I'll megaphone you just like the last world. And yeah, I'll answer any questions any of you guys have got, anything at all, right? Okay, T-Max, go ahead. You're live.
Okay, I actually have a couple of questions. One being about the topic here, and then one kind of semi off topic, but you might be able to shed light on. Um,
Okay.
the first question I have, because I heard you saying about you're looking for someone to help with the thing. Is that something that involves knowing how to code? Oh, sorry. Knowing how to code, or is that just you're looking for people who can tinker with it without having to know to code or not?
I think
Sorry if
initially
I'm
we're
not clear.
probably sure. No, 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 no. You're perfectly clear. I think initially we're looking for somebody who's got a decent working knowledge of JavaScript, right? JavaScript
Okay.
is going to be the kind of core foundational public scripting language that we will support in the new SDK. It's not going to be the only scripting language. We talked about this last week a little bit, but
Hmm.
Unity's visual scripting system, also known as Bolt, is something that we will have support for. So there's going to be a huge amount of ability to yeah, to be able to create logic there using that visual
Hmm.
scripting graph and linking nodes together and all of that kind of stuff, right?
Hmm.
And we may in future be interested in looking for people to kind of really explore that and find out what's in the art of the possible. Aline here is a big advocate for visual scripting graphs, right? So that will likely involve Aline. But at this stage right now, the core part of the SDK, we're looking for somebody with a good working knowledge of JavaScript.
Fair enough. And my second question is, I just wanted to double check. Oh, sorry, keep
You
doing that.
okay?
Um, I brought it up on the Discord and somebody did clarify for me, but I just wanted to kind of double check. I did look on the careers page of Banter or SideQuest, whatever it is. I think it's SideQuest. I looked at the careers
Hmm.
page. They only have one listing, and then they have a general interest listing.
That's right.
Um, the person told me that it's basically you give them an interest as something you're good at or something you think you can add to the team, and they'll look at it, take it into consideration. Is that correct?
So yeah, I mean, in essence, that's how it works. And what we have is kind of just an open application where you can submit your resume, even if there's not actually a job open right now. And what
Hmm.
that effectively does is adds you into our candidate tracking system, and effectively shortlists you, right? So when we go to look at new roles before we even make them available, we'll actually look at some existing candidates that may
Oh,
have
cool,
already submitted. So yeah, that's a proactive
cool.
way to sort of have yourself in the running, let's say, without necessarily there even being a role available. We actually have a
Cool.
number of roles we're planning on opening up this year. I think we just hired about 4 or 5 people over the last sort of 4 to 6 weeks. So, uh, yeah, we're growing quite a bit.
Cool.
Yeah, it's actually
Cool.
yeah, that question's going to age well probably
Yep.
in the next 30
Well, the
minutes.
reason I ask, and it also leads into this side question of it, if we're uh, applying for something like creative, can we also link a portfolio instead of only our cover letter and resume? Like
Oh
add
yeah.
that into
I
it?
mean, I would completely
Cool.
expect that. Yeah, definitely, especially if
Cool.
it's a creative role, link anything and everything
Hmm.
you think can help support your application, right? I think when it comes to creative roles, I would expect to see a portfolio. If I
Hmm.
didn't see one, that would be yeah,
A
that
red
would be
flag.
out of out of ordinary at
Yep.
least
I
anyway,
was
right?
just
So
curious because I have a degree in graphic design, visual communications, which includes a lot of multimedia. But right now,
gotcha.
my main thing that I'm hoping to do with finding a job that is decent is to do video editing. Because I have
Right.
2 YouTube channels, and one of them I've turned into just straight up my video portfolio.
Great. Well, I mean, that's great, right? A YouTube channel is kind of great in that way that it serves as a great portfolio. And yeah,
Hmm.
makes it super easy to be able to review stuff like that and get a look at the kind of stuff that you're doing, right? That shortcuts
Hmm.
the process. It's very hard. Recruitment is very tough. You have to talk to a lot of people, and you don't really have enough time to give to each and every person. So any way to make that process easier is always advised. And I mean, I'll generally give everybody else a little bit of a tip as well. Don't email everybody in the company, right?
Hmm.
That's sort of
That
yeah,
that
we've had that a
that's
few
yeah.
times, right? It's not the kind of eagerness I think you want to show, let's say.
Yeah.
But no, absolutely anything you can include along with your resume, links to a portfolio, links to anything else you think that can help sort of support your application. Definitely a good idea.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you
Thank you.
answered both my questions. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, T Max.
Yep.
And Ducky, how are you doing?
Hey,
What can I do you for?
uh, okay, so pretty simple question, I think. I've only surface level kind of browsed through, all the ability of the SDK, so it might be a silly question. But so with the on the JavaScript side, does SDK right now have any built-in function for like synchronization of variables or locations of objects, stuff like that, or is that all done on the programmer side?
It actually has a lot of that sort of provided right now. So there's a dumb network syncable object that you can just put on anything and it'll just sync its transforms that everybody can see. We recently introduced that and I think we're working through a couple of bugs in it, but it mostly works. Except for last night at the court case, if anybody was there. Turns out there's 70 interactables, 70 synced interactables in that world. We have a limit of 100, and each avatar is also counted. So 40 people plus 70, you do the math. But yeah, general synced interactables is definitely something we have. We also have uh, sort of transient one-shot events, right, where you can just broadcast a message to the entire room and receive that. You can just send and receive those through Banter. You don't need your own infrastructure at all. And we also have something a bit more persistent than that we call space state properties, right? Which actually stay on the space. And you can use those for almost anything you want. It's just a little key value storage on the space. But those can allow you to very easily kind of, synchronize the state of things. Even as new joiners join into the room, for instance, you can use that to make that easier.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Cheers, Ducky. Hey,
So this is
Static.
just regarding your paintball. I'm just thinking to myself, man, it'd be so cool to have some beats, kind of like Rocket League, and score effects, or when you run around in a game like a first-person shooter, knifing people, but you run up with your gun and you're doing uppercuts or smacking people around. You have that physics
Oh my
effect with the
god, I can
gun.
hop on Pornhub on the web
That'd
menu.
just be crazy. Um, just end game effects, some tunes, people somebody here that can make some great
That's
tunes
quality.
or you
That's
license some
quality.
tunes going with it and just keeping the beats going as we're all blasting around, but you get that physics effect with the gun too, so when you walk around the corner you're just like or do an uppercut with your gun. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I think physics-based stuff is typically how we like to do things around here, because why not?
Hmm.
It's often a lot funner. So I definitely think we try to leverage that sort of same kind of physics with the paintball as well, right? Or anything into the future. I mean, why not? I think Rocket League is a potentially interesting one as well from a
Hmm.
spectator's perspective, right? Let's we could attempt to do something similar in here, but yeah, I mean, once SDK v2 is out and reasonably stable, I'm going to enjoy being semi addicted to kind of building out mini games in the platform, right? And
Sure.
I think I'm going to be looking to take inspiration from a lot of the things that we've kind of already seen either on other platforms or, like little mini games and things like, the lab from Valve
Mm-hmm.
on Steam, where they've got various different things you can do, whether it's that slingshot space with Justin Roiland's voices on it, or it's
No.
just bow and arrow, tower defense, just you and a couple of buddies just standing there, just wave after wave, just
Sure, yeah.
that's
I'm
good
thinking
old
of something.
wholesome fun.
I'm thinking of something kind of
Capture
unique,
the flag.
something that might draw someone or the
Mm,
crowd to us, something that's not just paintball, but paintball with uppercuts.
yeah. I mean, I do like that kind of thinking. Honestly, gotta call out Remarcus and his tush push. I think that's a
Push
unique thing.
push.
I think it's a unique thing to Banter. It's definitely something that yeah. I mean, we've a lot of unique things going on, right? The court case last night was great fun. I'm probably gonna
Mm-hmm.
try and make time for that if I can in future. I definitely want to continue to
Come
take
around
part in
again,
that.
Shane. Come around
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, definitely,
It's a great
definitely.
time,
I
my
mean,
friends.
yeah. Uh but yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. If there are ways to have unique hooks that we can focus on, I think that makes sense, right? Especially if we want to try and get noticed, catch people's attention out there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely agree. Thanks, Static.
Great. Thank you, Shane.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, anybody who wants to ask a question, feel free, because it just stops me from just going on and on like this. Maybe I'll take the opportunity to throw out once again, like in the last event, we've got Dead Zed, I assume, flying around somewhere. So feel free to give him a little wave. You're waving live to everybody on YouTube right now, right? We live stream this and a couple of other events on our Banter YouTube channel. We don't get that many viewers yet, right? But it serves as a great little archive.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
you're
Sometimes
having
it's
a
all you need
you're
to
having a
start.
great time, Nuven, aren't you? Uh, but yeah, let's see. We've got a couple more minutes, and let's see if anybody has any other questions. If not, we can maybe jump into that impromptu world hop that Faye's planning after maybe one or two announcements. Hey, T Max.
Yep. Just a quick question regarding the banter court.
Yes.
Do I know you fill roles for that like every time you do it. Is the bailiff role always open for people to participate in?
Hey, that's a great question. One that I am actually not the best person to answer because the court is a community initiative that I only attend as a guest. So,
Ah.
as far as I know, typically what happens is there might be an expression of interest on the Discord somewhere, people asking who wants to get involved, in the upcoming whatever the next court case is due to be that week, let's say. So, usually you can throw your name in the hat if you'd like to get involved and I think, stop me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I think generally they like to mix it up and have different people doing different roles, different times. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Contact
yeah, I'd say
contact Vanquisher.
Vanquisher is
Yeah.
the person to talk
I
to.
was just
Yeah,
curious because if one of these times I want to get involved and they have a bailiff role opening, I may want to do that, but I would emulate Bull from the original Night Court. All rise, the Honorable Judge Harry T. Stone presiding.
nice,
And you know
Okay.
what? You have the full right to do that. Join us.
nice. Thank you, T Max. Actually,
Yep.
that's actually. Whoa,
Oops.
oh boy.
Somebody got stuck.
See,
Oh.
what happens is if you fuck
Oh.
around, sometimes you find out.
Whoa!
Something God's happening.
Uh, I only kicked him. He can come straight back in. He'll be back, I'm sure. Actually, while we're on that, Aline, I haven't mentioned this to you yet. Actually, I was going to talk to you about it tomorrow because I didn't want to bother you on your day off. But I had talked to Vanquisher about us possibly trying to collaborate with him on that space. I thought maybe that could be our next cool, fun weekend project that turns into a week-long project. That maybe we can help those guys jazz up and make that space as performant. And he thinks it's a great idea. So this is
Oh
on the
my
hop, by the way. I didn't mention this to Aline before, but what are your thoughts about that?
Whoops.
I'm going to take that as a thumbs up and a nod. That's consent.
Oops.
Okay, well, yeah, I think we're getting close to the end. Faye, maybe you want to mosey on up here, and you can
Yeah,
tell us about some news that you've got about the Banter team.
I would actually like to do that. There's someone I'd like to join up here with me actually. If they wouldn't mind if they're online. Gem Chick, would you join us up on stage here? Oh, we're gonna use the big
Oh.
stage.
Yay.
Oh
We're gonna use
no,
the
I
big
don't know
Oh,
if I
stage.
can
the
get
first-
up there.
You just got to walk up the
Woo!
front. There's a
You can
hidden
make it.
there's a hidden ramp on the front, right? If you just go
Whoops.
like
Oh wait,
this,
look it.
There you
Teleport.
There you go.
works.
There you
I
are.
have to be on number one.
You can?
You're in
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
Faye,
it's
you're
it's your
in it.
day. It's your day.
Faye,
I'm gonna actually put you on megaphone too.
but you're
Hi.
stuck, Faye.
Oh, am I
Is she on
stuck?
a
I'm
platform for you?
okay. I'm on a little platform for myself.
Faye is
I
stuck.
feel like I'm
No,
floating.
but your head is halfway through the platform.
Oh dear.
I'll come down here. That's okay. Okay.
No, teleport.
Anyways.
90s computer jank.
So we wanted to announce today that Gemchick is going to be joining our team at Banter
Yay.
completely as our head
Yay.
moderator.
Whee!
And she's going to be here
Yay.
as your
Congratulations.
point of contact for events and anything that you need help with when you're at your events. She will be able to help you out, and she'll also be running a lot of events of her own too. So I know that all of you guys in here have spent a lot of time with her and really think that she's going to be an amazing resource for everybody and keep us safe. And
We love you, Jim.
because as things are changing continuously with Banter, we're getting so many more people. We need to build out our moderation procedures and things that we're going to be doing. So we're very happy to have you on our team. I'm
Congratulations,
very
Jem.
happy for this day. Yes.
you.
we're keeping that
Yay.
secret for the last few
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
It's been tough.
Yeah, it's been a
really
secret.
tough.
Yay!
Well, I want to just say a little bit of something. I probably wouldn't
Yes.
be here if it really wasn't for the community, to be honest with you, because all of you are just amazing and wonderful people. And like, let's just keep going. I mean, seriously, I've met amazing people here, but thank you. I really appreciate it. A bit nervous, scared, but excited.
Oh, you're
And
going to do
thank you,
great.
Shane and
Nervous
Marcus
but
and
Love you.
everyone.
human. You'll be awesome.
Something I'll
Thank
say
you.
is you're going to continue doing what you already are always doing. You're already helping all the new users. You're already helping people with problems. You already guide people to the resources that they need. So keep being you. You'll do amazing.
Thank you. I'm a bit
Yeah.
speechless. That's the first time for all of you, I'm sure. You're like, oh.
Mm.
No.
Yeah. Gem,
Congrats,
chick,
Gem.
No, you're not
speechless. Does that happen?
No, you'll let us know later.
It's a miracle.
Oh.
Right, now
Yay.
get the FUC down from there and let's do a world hop.
Yes. Yes.
But I didn't say
We
the
have a
K.
specific world hop that we're going to go to today. Excited to share with y'all.
There's a fake ramp
Where
here,
are we
by the way.
going?
It makes it look real fancy when I can get on so easy, but it's actually a fake ramp.
Did you
like
have
most
any
things.
other announcements, or should I throw down our portal?
No, you go for it. No, I don't have it. I'm just
Okay.
playing.
All
Oh,
right.
there's a fake ramp
Well,
on each of them.
So, a few of you have seen this space, but a lot of you haven't. We're going to take a tour over to the new version of Storytime, which Aline has been working really hard on and has some really incredible animations and technology. And if you were there when I read Ready Player One, and you haven't seen it
through the portal?
since then, it has changed. So let's go.
Let's go.
Here's some portals. I'll put them all around the place. And Aline,
thank
definitely come
you.
so you can present your
Oh,
space
oh no.
to
Oh,
us all.
oh, oh.
Whoa! Oh, it's even the upcoming.
Now it's a little bit scary in here when they have a share following you.
Book. Where's the? How do they make the?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, sorry, Shane.
Oh.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
make
look
the
at
phone
yeah.
go out?
No. Hand grab
Chair
shit.
success.
Rotate. Fucking thing.
Oh no,
There we go.
it's the chair.
Uh-oh.
No. It's the chasing chair.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
God.
What's happening?
Whoa.
Hey.
If
Wow.
you haven't been here yet,
Watch
welcome.
out,
Oh my god. Ah, okay, it's building the throne.
Oh,
Filling out of books.
oh, that's cool.
Oh, this place is amazing.
That's nice.
Keep an eye
Yeah.
on instance 1 fave
Game-
because the
Book
other
of Thrones, that's what it is.
Spacemaker was
used to be
full,
the
and
VFX draft.
my friend couldn't join me
Oh.
on me.
The
Yes,
Book of
There
Thrones.
Let
was
me
loads in
see.
second instance.
I sent
Oh.
I sent
I'll bring some
Him
people
to,
over.
Maybe you can do
That's
the
amazing.
I'll
So
love
many
that.
people here.
say, maybe you can
That is awesome.
prompt the
Do
AI
some
with something.
generations.
How cool.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Lisa.
All right.
does it have the code on
mine.
it?
Cute raccoon riding
Oh.
a haystack.
Oh, I've got the book.
Oh, Lean's got it.
Okay, everybody.
That is
Hi. Welcome to story time. Aline, are you there? Can you come sit up on in this area? I'm going to show how this works actually. Let's see. Boom.
Hey,
Yes.
come over here.
Mhm.
You see this book here?
Oh, I do.
Grab it.
Okay. Okay. I'm in 2D mode. This is not great.
Wait,
I will
mine's over
try.
here.
I'll come in VR. Or maybe you show me this part later.
Oh, you mean this one that opens when you grab it?
Yes, that's the external display. So
Oh.
that's just the video player on it.
Oh,
you
that'll
can
be amazing.
Bring your video player with you.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
right. It's the same as whatever's up there.
Yes.
Or no?
Okay.
Right, gotcha.
So, everybody, this is the new cozy bookworm, is I believe what Aline was wanting to call it. And we'll let her tell you a
want
little
your
bit
megaphone?
about it. Am I? Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or do you want me to tell everybody?
You go ahead.
Me? Okay. So this is, I think I'm on megaphone now. So this is the Cozy Bookworm, and Aline's been working on it for us. And some features about it that are really amazing is that, see this book in the center? You'll be able to change the book to the book that you are wanting to read, or you can even remove that. As you can see right now, I'm on a stage, but if I am ready to have a book reading, let's assemble my throne.
Here it comes.
Oh my gosh.
That
Wow.
makes me think of the Terminator showing up in the time bubble.
Should have a wand.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
All right.
Wow.
Oh.
That was slick. I love that.
All hail the Book Queen.
Word.
So if I were to be reading Ready Player One, I would try something like this. Neon cyberpunk style, the stacks on Ready Player One.
Ooh, here it comes.
Look at that page, how it turns while it's thinking.
Oh, wow. That's tiny for me.
And it takes a little bit of time the very first time that we connect, but after that, it's about 10 seconds each generation.
Oh, so it does what the gallery does?
Mm-hmm. Has it came through yet?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
There we go.
Mhm. Yep.
Bone
Yep,
is
I see it.
amazing. That man had
Wow.
a neck.
And if we ever need to, we can also just get rid of the stage and the book, and it can be a space where you're watching movies. We can put the video player in there. There also can be a video player in the background while you're reading so that you can have some nice music. All sorts of things. But this is an amazing space, and I think that
Nice.
a lot of people are going to be using it in order to read books or just have nice meetups. It's just a cozy meetup place, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Super cozy.
Yeah.
How do you summon the book share?
If you have a copy of the space, if you remix a copy of the space, you will be the space moderator. And once you're the space moderator, you'll have access to all the tools, and you'll see them physically when you have access. There's lamps all around that do the different things. There's a lamp that closes the book, opens the book, toggles whether you have the throne on or not, and the button for the stage speech. And then there's buttons back there on that big book that has the information for the playlist, and you can turn the volume down and all sorts of things like that.
Nice.
Yeah. As far as skinning this book, that would be something different. I don't know how that's going to happen. Maybe for your event, we'd be able to help you with that for the beginning until we have something built out for it. But
I
yeah.
have a question about this space.
Sure, Max. What's up?
Would we?
I'll try to answer if I can. I didn't build it. I'll try.
It's nothing technical. I'm just wondering if we could use this world to do like fan fiction readings.
Amazing.
Please. That's what it's for. It's for
'Cause
everything.
I wrote a fan fiction about 10 years ago. I've only written 2 in my life, but the second one I wrote was actually good. And I'd
Yes.
love to be able to read that out as well as do the voices, because it's a Family Guy based fanfic called Road to the Mediaverse. And I'd love to
Sounds
do those
awesome.
in the voices as well.
Why don't you reach out to me on Discord and I can help you set it up right away anytime that you'd like.
Yeah,
I'd be
definitely.
happy to. Cool.
Definitely.
And everybody, I hope that some ideas are percolating in your brains of some events that you might want to host here. I know Kalima and I talked a little bit about some events that she's thinking of hosting, and this might be a really nice space for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you tell him about the diving board yet, Aline? Did you guys talk about the diving
It's
board?
time for the diving board. Let's go. Follow us.
Oh boy. I don't trust it.
Back to the.
Boing.
Back to the.
And now
Uh-huh.
it's a whirlpool.
Boing, boing,
You're gonna regret
boing,
it.
boing.
One after another.
You'll regret it. Woo!
You can almost hold on.
I have an omelet.
In
Look at it.
Oh no.
woo! Finally got out.
I thought it was
If you try and jump,
Turn right.
No,
Just
no,
push
no,
your
no,
stick,
no,
your right
no,
stick
no,
right.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm waiting for a book dragon to come out of nowhere and protect its fort. Like Smog.
I live here now.
Hey, Aline,
I thought it was
39
gonna be-
people are in this space. 39, and we're doing really well. Excellent
I thought it was gonna be like
optimization.
diving.
You're amazing.
Amazing.
Did we break Spacemakers? Because I can't get back in there.
You know, I crashed. I don't know if you guys crashed, but I totally crashed hard. There's a
And
problem with it
everybody, if
totally.
you respawn, you'll be back at the spawn. Of course, that's what respawn means. And then
Or
you
can
can
climb up.
teleport.
Everything is climbable.
Maybe.
Oh,
It could be
Aline
that.
says everything
Yeah,
is
there is
climbable.
there is a
Check
problem with
that out.
bubbles right now, and I think that's what happened.
New parkour space, Bob. New parkour space, Bob.
Something to do with the sync of it. It's like it ends up sending the message over and back over and back over and
There's
over and over, and
also
that's
a
why you
selfie
can't join
camera,
it again.
if I
because
remember
it's
right, at
freaking
the
out.
very top, on top of the big book.
We could play hide and seek in here, Jim. We could play hide and
Aline?
seek in here.
Oh wait,
we
that's
can
actually
hide
There's no
in
teleport here.
those
I was
I think.
thinking.
Oh my
No,
god.
no teleport.
We don't have
Oh,
to
this
spend
is
a
so
little
cool.
I thought that the chair from the back rooms
There we
was
go.
just floating around in the air.
We could play hide and go seek in here.
Yes, Ducky. I think we should. That's awesome.
We cannot teleport, but we
Well,
can
everybody,
fly.
enjoy and have fun exploring and looking at it.
Hey, I can
I'm
grab
gonna
the
go
book.
off of Megaphone now.
Did you
Because
use
presentation
the
is
effects
done.
graph for this?
Thank you.
No, no, no.
Thank you.
It's all pre-baked
Wait,
and
so the chairs in here?
You are welcome.
Ooh, they look soft.
The chairs in here.
Sweet.
Oh, no.
That is an awesome cover. So
You can
that's
actually
Nar still
grab the
stabbed
book
through
in the
No,
middle.
not yet, because
That's
I
awesome.
think
Yes.
with the effects
Oh.
graph had the
Oh!
problem it
Hello,
only
Lee.
works
Whoa.
with
Oh,
Vulkan,
yeah.
Whoa,
and
whoa,
what
whoa.
we are
That is just wicked.
Now, is this book local so everybody can have one?
Looks like it's common for everybody's actions.
The chair in here, and it's you the whole time.
version they finally
this book
fixed
in my
it
hand?
and
Is
we
this
can update to
local?
Vulkan.
Do you
Oh, I
see
can't
it
see a
over
book in
there?
your hand.
Hoping.
No.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
still over there?
Yeah.
Oh, so the
I
book
think
must be
the
local to
data-
everyone.
No, it also,
It's in the middle.
Well, this is a
Once you let
different
it go,
book.
yeah,
This isn't
it's
that
closed.
book.
just
This
we
is one
can't
that was
use it
over there.
because of,
This is the one that
the
opens up,
capabilities
and you have the
and
screen.
funds
Did we
getting
lose
used.
It's not
Ducky?
up there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
No,
see
he's
the
here.
one
It's fine
line.
on 2D, but it doesn't render in one
The
eye.
AI